Welcome everybody to the PodAskew Podcast. I am CJ, and with me, as always, is my hetero life mate Rico. What's up, man?
Well, I'm glad you fucking remember my name this episode.
I know. My bad.
I mean, we've only been fucking doing this shit for a year and a half.
Yeah, you know, I get bored after a while.
You get forgetful after a while. Is what you,
it's my old age, you know. You get older, you start forgetting things, you know.
Okay. How are you, dude?
I'm alright, man. Been through some crap, but that's, you know, not worth getting into. But yeah, I'm doing alright. How about you?
All right. Oh, I've been going through some crap that I'm more than happy to get into.
Okay. Alright, well, what's going on?
Number one, and I've tweeted about this.
Can I, before you get started, Rico, can I just put a disclaimer on the episode because I feel like we need to a little bit? Okay. So, no, because I know there are some people that prefer when we do topic-based episodes, you know, whether it be like Blade.
Or commentaries or something like that.
Right. But we haven't gotten a chance to sit and talk for a while. We've had a lot of guests. We both have had some things going on in our personal lives. And so for what people don't know is we actually haven't sat down and done this together in like 2 weeks, I think it's been?
More.
You know,
I think it's been longer than that.
Has it been longer? So, you know, with all that put together, we need to catch up. So today's going to be, we have some things we're going to talk about, and they are related to the things that we normally talk about, movies and the movie industry and things like that, but we're not sitting down with one specific topic. So if it's not your cup of tea, we're sorry, and we'll be back with another one of those soon. But
if you're not a heartless heathen, you can find out what's been going on in my life and listen and give a fuck.
I wasn't going there, but okay. Anyway, I just wanted to let people know, so I know some people don't enjoy those as much. And
yeah. This is not going to be like, let's talk all about fucking Indiana Jones. Let's talk all about the Matrix. It's not going to be one of those.
Which, by the way, very quickly, Smoke and his relationship, for lack of a better word, and Smoke, if you're listening, that's not meant as a disrespect. I don't know what to call it officially, so that's why I'm saying that. Tweeted out a thing that they were watching all three Back to the Futures the other day, and then I said, once you're done, you can listen to Rico and I talk about it, and shot him a link to the Back to the Future episode, and we got some likes about it. I don't know if they actually did it, but hey, so that's still, yeah. Anyway, Go ahead.
So I've already posted this on Twitter, but I can go a little bit more into detail. My dad.
You posted this on Twitter?
Yeah, I tweet about it. Okay,
I think I missed those. Sorry.
First off, my dad's 82 years old.
Yep.
He is a very young 82-year-old, and he is always the type of guy that gets his hands dirty. Always, I mean, our property, our farm that we had, like, he helped build the building. Like, my dad's very much like dig up in the garden, like, you know, very hands-on. He's also incredibly impatient. So my dad broke his leg, falling with a ladder. And the situation is that my dad has a tenant who's also sort of his helper. And the helper was going to climb up onto the garage that I lived in for a very, very long time. And the garage is connected to a cottage. The cottage has a skylight, and my dad has always been kind of like obsessed with periodically making someone wash the skylight, scrub it, wash it with soap and water, dry it out, just to make the tenant in the cottage be able to look up and have, you know, undirty, you know, clean sunlight swoop in. And my dad really should not be doing it by himself, so he tends to do it. You know, I've done that more than once, let's put it that way. So when the helper climbed up, he was swarmed with a wasp nest.
Oh, good. That's not a lawsuit.
Right. So, I mean, not swarmed, but like a bunch were on him.
Sure.
But not enough to kill him. And so he's getting bitten, he's getting stung. So he climbs down to deal with, you know, these bites and stings and shit. And he was going to get some soapy water to dump on it, which I guess is the best method, I guess. And after that happened, the guy is still pulling the stingers out of his arms and digging in his hair, and he said they were crawling in his hair, and yeah, it was fucked up. And these were wasps, and these weren't bees that like die after they were stinging him repeatedly.
Yeah.
So my dad, I guess, got impatient, climbs up the ladder, and I guess like the ladder was just in a weird angle, and then like from the water and soap, it slid sideways. And I think my dad I wasn't there, for the record. I was not there to see all this, but I heard from 3 different people who witnessed it, including Dad. And he slid sideways and landed on his knee, and underneath it was just pure fucking concrete.
Ugh.
So it was a lot of pain. And then the stupid thing was, and look, the whole situation's stupid. I love my dad, but he was fucking stupid to climb up on this ladder. That's
it's not
the truth of it.
Smart idea.
No. And it was just him being impatient saying, well, fucking hurry up. He's like, well, there's bees and shit. He's like, well, fine, I'll fucking do it. So or he climbed up to see the bees or something. But that's why you have a helper. That's why you've got someone living at your house to help you with shit like this. So you don't do it. So you don't fall over and fucking hurt yourself. So there was 2 other guys. There was the helper, and then there was Dave Farber, who you had talked to briefly. We have yet to have him on the show. It remains to be seen if we will get him on the show. But he and this other guy, Vito, picked my dad up and brought him upstairs instead of leaving him on the ground and calling 911, which is really what they should have done.
Right.
I guess Dad was insistent and saying, bring me upstairs, bring me to the couch and lay me down.
No, your dad?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my dad, stubborn motherfucker that he is. Oh, yeah. So they drag his ass up the stairs, which I don't even know how the fuck they did. That must have been the hardest part of the whole thing. So then I get a text from my brother, saying what happened. So I go out to see what happened because they were unavailable to do anything. So I drive out there, fight traffic, all that shit. Get there. Sure enough, Dad's on the bed, on the couch with a blanket with like a whole, like a table next to him with all of his goodies. He's got his laptop propped up. He's watching Longmire. He's got a bottle of tequila. He's got old Vicodin or hydrocodone that they gave him for a hernia operation a couple months ago that he never took. So I knew he was in fucking pain. He's doing...
Actually, with tequila and that, probably not so much.
Oh, no. He was still in fucking pain because my dad does not like to take pills. He does not like to take hydrocodone or Oxycontin or Vicodin or anything.
Okay.
It makes him feel... It doesn't really dull the pain, actually. Ron's got a big tolerance for pain. To the point where, like, I told you about the tractor, right?
Maybe. It sounds familiar, but I don't remember.
To emphasize how tough my dad is, he rolled a tractor on top of him once.
On
accidentally,
purpose?
obviously.
Oh, okay.
No. Like, he was on the tractor and the thing rolled over and he got caught because he was straddling the thing, was sitting on it. His legs were on either side. And it just rolled on top of him and dislocated and broke his left shoulder.
Lovely.
And this was 15 years ago. And he was out in the middle of nowhere. Luckily, he had a worker there who helped him and was also a member of the volunteer fire department.
Yeah,
so the one person...
He was a spry 67 at the time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a joke, but like, he still looked 50 at the time.
No, I've seen your dad. He does not look 82. So.
No. And so he got very lucky, but that injured him. I mean, he's got steel in his shoulder and he's got steel in his knee. He's half fucking Terminator at this point. I told him he could run for office now. He's eligible to run for office. So he's already, but when that happened, the tractor rolled back onto its wheels and he was like on the ground, but he saw the tractor was going to go down a hill. So he got up, arm dangling, ran after the fucking thing and turned off the ignition before it met a clearing to go down the hill. So I'm saying my dad's a tough fucking giddy. So I'm there looking at my dad and he's just like all fucked up, but he's pretty alert And I said, we got to call the hospital, Dad. I did every angle I could do and say, this is not okay. You're obviously injured. You can't move your leg. It's probably broken. Even if it's not broken, you want to go to a doctor to find out if it's broken. And my dad, temperamental motherfucker that he is, and that's literal. He yelled. He said, "Oh, all doctors are cops and bureaucrats. I don't want to have them go near me." I said, "Yeah, but they're cops and bureaucrats that went to medical school for 7 years. They know more than you. You don't know what the fuck is going on with your situation. You don't know what's going on with your fucking leg. They would." I tried the angle of being like, well, what if I fell off the fucking roof and I told you I don't want to go to the doctor? Would you let me just lay here? Or would you say, no, you're being stupid, I'm going to call the doctor? They said, well, I would listen to you, but ultimately, and I was like, no, it's bullshit. You would send my ass to the fucking hospital. That's just what happens. So it was a lot of arguing back and forth, and I hung around for a couple hours trying to convince him to go. Finally got fed up and left. And then his ex-girlfriend visited, and she's a tough old Jewish chick, and she's like, fuck this. I am not your son. I'm going to call the hospital. She called the ambulance. Ambulance picked him up. And I'm sure my dad was protesting the entire time, but ultimately agreed it was the best decision. So ultimately, what I learned is I need to ignore my father and just do my gut reaction and say, all right, you're going to the hospital. Fuck you. He had broken his femur in multiple spots. I've seen the x-rays, and the parts of the femur bones are actually going into his kneecap.
That's lovely.
So they were destroying his knee. And we find all this at Kaiser, and then he has to have surgery. So much so they actually had to replace his knee. So he's got a whole brand new knee. And now he's been moved to, after this from Kaiser, he's been moved to a rehab center in Berkeley. And ultimately, he's okay. Like, he's doing much better. When I went there the other day to check on him, he made major progress and walked with a walker from his bedroom to the outside courtyard at the rehab center and then walked back. He was tired afterwards. He only did it for about 5 minutes, but it was amazing considering the fact that, like, just touching his foot made him scream in agony when the accident happened.
Okay.
And he's not even on painkillers. He's on like Tylenol. That's it. So, Ron's making some serious progress. And I even made a tweet about this. I said, I don't want thoughts and prayers. I don't want best wishes. Send me some funny shit so I can send to him. And immediately I got a bunch of gifs of people of like gifs of animals or people falling off ladders. I'm like, wow, you fuckers are like way too soon about this shit. Because in retrospect, he could have died again. So that's what's been going on with him. So he's working on getting better. He's frustrated. He's lonely. He's pissed off. He's in less pain. But it's a jarring thing. So it's been a stressful week.
I can imagine. I can imagine, man. Well, hopefully we can take your mind off it for a couple hours. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about and our usual shit, and hopefully we'll have some fun with it,
Yeah, this is also after I got back from a wedding. So it was like, happy wedding, and then, oh yeah, like the day of I got back from the wedding.
Well, yeah, and we'll come to it a little bit later, but I do want to hear about the wedding, so let's talk about that too. Okay? But before we do that, the streamer that I've given some love to, Fumes, he's actually on right now as we're talking. So I asked his permission, and he gave me the thumbs up to we're briefly gonna watch together for a little bit and just talk about it like we would commentate a movie. So, if anyone is interested in doing this with us, go to Fumes Gaming, FUMZ Gaming on Facebook, and pull up the Mario Maker stream from today and go to about the hour and a half mark. That's about where we're at now because he's doing live, so I can't. That's the best thing I can do to give you a timestamp. So, Rico, you can see it. This is Mario Maker 2. Yeah,
it looks good. It's very brings me back.
Right now, this is the Super Mario World level. It's Fumes there in the corner in the chair. Now, with him today, it looks like it's his nephew. He doesn't usually have his nephew with him. It's usually just him. But his nephew, I guess, has heard about him streaming and wanted to check it out. So he jumped in today. Fumes is a really good dude, like I've said. He's a big supporter of PodAskew too, which is nice. I like that he's helping the show a little bit. So
yeah, he's been very friendly to us, and we really do appreciate that.
He has talked about getting a PodAskew shirt actually and wearing it on the stream. So I don't know if he's going to do it. I'm not holding him to it, but if he does, that'd be awesome. You know,
fuck that. I'm gonna hold him to it.
Well, then you can be the asshole in the group.
I am the asshole in the group. We all know this.
The one thing I said to him that was kind of fun is he should get, because, okay, so as you see right now, the screen's taking up, the whole screen is the game, right? But Fumes is sitting in front of it. So, as I'm sure you can guess, he's sitting in front of a green screen and projecting onto the green screen.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how he's getting what we're watching here. So I told him he should wear get the green PodAskew shirt, so it'll just be his head and the PodAskew logo like floating around on the screen.
Yeah, but
because he I don't know if it was on purpose or accidentally, but like 2 weeks ago or a week ago, I forget when it was exactly. He wore a green T-shirt, and it literally was like just his head in a chair.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you can't really see his arms or the controller. So
right, I'd imagine there'd be some complaints being like, "Dude, it's just your hair, your head, and these two fucking dudes."
Yeah, people were talking about it that day he wore the green shirt, whatever it was, because it did have a logo, and it wasn't our shirt, but it was a logo, and so you saw the head and the logo, and so yeah, people were teasing him about it, but he's got a great sense of humor. And like I've said to you before, see how you've noticed the level we've been watching, he keeps fucking dying. Like, he doesn't get angry or hostile about it. He just usually laughs it off and literally laughs and just like, I'm the worst at this. Like, he's very, I've said it before, self-deprecating.
But he's also distracted right now. I mean, he's talking to his nephew and everything, so he could just not be on his A game.
Well, right now, if I recall, because I was watching before we started, this has been on longer than we've been recording. They're taking turns. So his nephew, I think, is playing right now. I don't think he's actually playing at the moment.
He wouldn't be able to because we see Fumes' like
left hand. Yeah. So, but yeah. So I wish he was playing a better level so that we could comment. Maybe we should do an episode once. That'd be kind of fun because all these videos that we're watching right now are VOD. So we could pick one that he's already done and turn it on and run it like a movie and be like, go to this one and watch it. Be kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'm not against it.
It'd be different.
Fumes-askew.
Fumes-askew. I actually, depending on when we have him on and what we talk about, I thought we could call it Fumes and Furious.
Am I the Furious?
Well, always, but that's not the point I was making. So, anyway, I just thought I'd show it to you. I don't know what else to say. We can't, do we do a play-by-play?
No.
Yeah. So, he's getting close, though. This one's a tough one. I've been watching this one since we started while we were talking. He's got to collect these 12 1-up mushrooms while he's jumping over all these spikes. So, that's crazy. What?
Nothing. It's been a long time since I played Mario, so it's bringing me back a little bit.
Dude, it's a fun game. Like, if I know you can't be affording a new system right now, but I know if you were to get one, your first choice would be the PS4. But if you have your opportunity to get your hands on a Switch, it's totally worth it.
Probably not. I did play a Switch at Maxwell went and bought a new TV, so I went with him to Best Buy.
Okay.
And they had a Switch demo thing, so I was playing Mario Kart fucking number 37 or some shit.
No, yes.
It was 8 or 9 or something. I remember.
It's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's one of the games that got stolen from me. So I know it. Yeah.
It's a fun game. I'm sorry I got stolen from you.
What's that?
I said it's a fun game. I'm sorry it got stolen from you.
Yeah, well, working on it. We're down to 6 titles, so hopefully we'll get them back soon.
Progress.
Yep.
So there's been some fucking news. Have you been following the fucking, the D23?
No, but I think I did just see some news that I just saw, and I actually tagged you on Twitter while we were just talking. Did you see it?
I did, but I didn't look at it because I was talking to you.
It is the Black Widow official poster.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that about, I think, an hour and a half ago.
Okay.
It looks good.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a ton of people being like, didn't she, spoiler, didn't she die in Endgame? What's this shit? Like, there's going to be the non-fans that are going to be like, what's going on?
Well, and if I recall, they announced that it's taking place between Civil War and Infinity War, correct? The time window of this movie?
Correct.
So, but the thing that seems to have everyone excited is that apparently it's showing Red Guardian, which I don't know anything about. That's not a character I'm familiar with.
Red Guardian?
Yeah.
Red Guardian?
What's that?
Look this up.
It says in the thing here, first Black Widow poster has been revealed, shows off David Harbour's Red Guardian for the first time.
You went from Hellboy to Red Guardian?
I don't even know who that is, to be honest with you.
David Harbour is the guy who did the new Hellboy movie.
Was he Hellboy?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I haven't seen it, so I
Oh, wow. Yeah. I see it. I didn't recognize him, but I see it. May 2020.
Yeah. By the way, did you see the date for Black Panther 2?
No.
2022.
Ooh.
So that's a while from now.
Yeah, it is. I think I should just go on Twitter and just check out the live tweets. But the one that I'm gung-ho about is the fucking Mandalorian. Did you see the trailer for that?
I have not, but I saw that it exists.
Holy shit, dude. It looks like straight up like Star Wars, like way back. Like it looks like Rogue One type of Star Wars feel to it.
Nice.
But it looks super clean. And it's going to be about a Mandalorian. It's not going to be a Fett. It's not going to be Jango.
Right.
Or Boba.
I knew that. Yeah. By the way, I have the confirmed timeline here for the MCU if you want me to go over it really quick. Just run it down.
Okay.
So, May 1st, 2020, Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
Fall of 2020 with no exact date, Falcon and Winter Soldier series for Disney+.
Wait, so Black Widow is going to be the next Marvel movie?
Correct.
Ooh. Okay.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, like I said, in fall of 2020, no date, start date listed.
Uh-huh.
November 6th, 2020, The Eternals. Okay. February 12th, 2021, Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, if I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
Spring, WandaVision and Loki on Disney+. May 7th, 2021, Doctor Strange, the sequel. I can't read the thing. It's a little foggy or a little fuzzy, so I can't see the subtitle, but whatever it's called. Fall or summer of 2021, the What If series on Disney+.
Oh, they're doing that?
Yeah. You didn't. We talked about that, I thought.
I completely forgot about What If, I guess.
That's the summer. November, or I'm going to go with this first, actually. Fall, the Hawkeye show that's going to be on Disney+.
Okay.
November 5th, 2021, Thor, Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
Okay. February 18th, there's an untitled Marvel movie, apparently.
An untitled Marvel movie?
Yeah, it says Untitled Marvel Studios Project. So I guess they haven't announced what it is yet. Then May 6th, 2022, Black Panther 2. July 29th, yet another untitled Marvel movie. Now, here's two things I'll point out about those untitled movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is on purpose, but for what it means, I don't know. The February 18th thing, untitled, is in yellow. It's in yellow font. In the July 29th one, it's in green font. I don't know if that means anything, but it seems to be in different colors, and I feel like on purpose.
Well, I think they confirmed one, or they announced one that you may have missed. There may be an older list from like a couple days ago.
I don't know. Are you talking about what I was about to say? Because there's 3 things here that are to TBA in terms of dates, but the projects themselves are confirmed. So, from the movie Blade, which we already knew, but they don't have like a date for it yet, like a release date.
Yeah. And
then on the TV side, She-Hulk, Moon Knight, and Miss Marvel.
Yeah, that was surprising. I'm all for it. I want to see a fucking She-Hulk show. I want to see a Moon Knight show.
Yeah, I'm curious about all of them. And then you heard that someone from Game of Thrones is coming over. Kit Harington, I think they said.
Was it Kit Harington?
Yeah.
So Kit Harington's going to be Moon Knight? Is that who he's going to be?
The Black Knight in Eternals.
I mean, he's got a free schedule.
Well, yeah. And I don't know. Do you know anything about that character? Because I don't. I'm curious.
I remember Black Knight, I think was I want to say was a villain. Excuse me.
I thought the Eternals were the
I want to say, I think Black Knight is a villain for Black Panther.
Oh, okay. I'm just looking to see what else there is here.
But She-Hulk, I could be into. I would. You know who'd be good?
What's that?
The woman who was in the first Deadpool movie, who's like
Marina, his girlfriend or whatever.
No. The woman who plays the henchman to fucking Francis.
Oh, yeah.
You're leaving me here with less angry Rosie O'Donnell?
Yeah, that's shit. I forget what her name is. I actually first saw her on American Gladiator.
Gina Carrera or something?
Something like that, yeah. She was on the American Gladiators reboot they did a number of years ago. Yeah. I'm looking through this D3 stuff to see if there's anything else I need to just like announce or point out real quick.
Well, there's a new Rise of Skywalker poster.
Oh, really? I didn't see that. I'm not seeing it here. I'm not saying I don't believe you, but I'm not.
Going back to Marvel for 1 second, I just saw the poster for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
You guys look at Bucky.
Oh shit, he's got short hair.
I know. The fuck is that?
He looks more like his character from The Martian now.
He looks like Bucky from the first movie.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Apparently there's a Rise of Skywalker clip.
Oh, maybe we'll have to stop and watch it.
Also, there is a first look at Emma Stone as Cruella de Vil.
Okay.
They're making a Cruella de Vil movie.
I heard they were doing that, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can show you. Say.
Oh, I saw that earlier. I don't think I realized that was her. Shit.
You know, I just gotta say, whether I give a fuck whether Disney is making these reimaginings of their fucking classic movies and shit.
Yeah. This
one, like, chaps my ass so goddamn much.
Why?
Because Cruella de Vil, it's going to be a movie about Cruella. It's not going to be 101 Dalmatians. It's just going to be called Cruella de Vil or something de Vil or just de Vil. You can argue that there are some villains of Disney lore that are misunderstood, are, you know, society made them evil, you know, whatever the fuck. Like, you can go to the root of, like, Ursula from The Little Mermaid. I think was like the sister of King Trident, and then like he banished her and made her the sea witch, and you know he became a villain out of rejection and hostility. You can argue something similar with Scar for The Lion King, second best, younger brother of the king. He's always going to be never. I mean. They are all villains, but you could say, oh, well, I see where he's coming from to a certain degree. But then there's this bitch. This is a woman who wants to fucking skin puppies to make a coat. I don't need any redemption for this character. I don't want to know, oh, well, you know, something traumatic happened to her. No, fuck that. you make a mental note of being like, I now want to take a bunch of puppies, kill them, skin them, and wear them as a coat. You are like, there's no way you can be redeemed, like in that aspect. So why they're making a fucking movie? Like, she needs to be straight up fucking evil, but with no redemption. Like, they don't need a Maleficent this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I didn't see Maleficent, but yeah, that's why they're making this though, because that was so successful.
Yeah, but Maleficent worked to a certain degree because, like, she was pretty much like, if you watch the movie, it's pretty much she was raped and abused and abandoned. That's why she turned evil. Without being raped, it's like you could see a strong allegory to rape and seduction and abandonment. Right. And that's why she's like, well, fuck you guys. You want me to be a monster? I'm a monster now because you made me a monster. Whereas, like, if it's going to be a whole movie about a Dalmatian pissed on her leg once, and that's why she wants to skin fucking animals, fuck that bitch. No,
or they'll just change what her overall goal is. Like, I know what it was in the movie. Like, I'm not debating what it was in the animated, but I'm saying maybe they'll, because of that and how, terrible it is, maybe they're changing what it's going to be for this live action thing.
No, I think kids need to be aware there's some awful people out there, and that, hey, that fur coat grandma's wearing, that's from an animal. That's just how it is. I'm not saying that, I'm saying it's wrong to do that. If you want to have a fucking fur coat, use fake fur.
Right. No, I'm with you in that. What do you think about the fact that then moving on from that, what do you think about the fact that they're rebuilding the Avengers campus essentially at Disneyland, or I think Disney World?
I didn't hear any news about that. So they're adding another wing or something?
I think it's at Disney World this time, not Disneyland, where there's the Star Wars thing at both of them now. Because I know someone that got like pre or early access to the one in Orlando. But they are building basically that campus that's in Infinity War and a little before that too, but that big building complex that was in the last several Marvel movies that ultimately got fucked to hell by Thanos in Endgame. Right.
Great. Bring me a whole fucking Marvel world.
I'm on board for that, except that the Star Wars one is not doing very well for them. I mean, it did really well it did really well in the beginning, but now they say that like it's a ghost land.
Really?
Yeah.
I just saw a video of people going on it on YouTube. There is this cool fucking thing where it's like they do this whole thing where you can actually go and build a lightsaber in like a workshop.
Yeah, you know how much it is?
Yeah, it's like $200 a lightsaber.
Yep.
Yeah, well, all right. If you want to get just a replica FX one of Mace Windu or Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader, it's $112. So, but this one you're spending the other $80-$90 to make it yourself of your own design.
Well, that's true.
Which I think I think it works. I mean,
there's also a place where you can build your own droid too. They're offering, you can build like an R2-D2 or whatever.
I can see that. I mean, I'd rather have a lightsaber than a fucking droid, to be honest.
Well, sure, but from what I understand, it's like a remote. It's not just something you leave on your shelf. Like you can remote control it via an app on your phone or some shit. Like it moves and does things. It's not just like,
call it RDT2.
Yeah, something like that. So
what else?
Well, staying with the Marvel for a minute. I'm looking up the Star Wars thing, by the way, because I wanted to find what I was looking for, because what I'm hearing, it's not doing very well now.
What's it called? Galaxy's Edge?
Galaxy's Edge, yeah.
You know what does look good is that new fucking game that's coming out.
Oh, I can't wait for that. I have that reserved. Comes out in November.
Yeah.
Very excited about that.
I'm jealous, motherfucker. It looks like... I feel like looking at it, I'm like, fuck.
Dude,
It's just like the Force Unleashed. What?
Well, it is. It's a Force Unleashed mixed with a little bit of either like Tomb Raider or Uncharted, whatever you want to call it. But that's essentially what it is. Mm-hmm. You have an Xbox One. This is a multi-platform thing. It's not a PS4 exclusive.
Yeah, but I don't want to start fucking buying a bunch of shit. But like, I mean, I guess it's.
I'm just saying, if you want to play it, you're not like it's not impossible for you to play it.
Very true, but I also it's expensive regardless. Like even if it was like available on PS3, I wouldn't be able to afford a $60 game right now, anyways.
Oh, and I respect that. That's why I reserve them the way I do, because you can do like $5 here, $5 there, and pay it off as you go. You know?
Yeah, I do that with bills, just in general.
Yeah, me too. That's okay. I can't find any. I'm not finding
maybe
any
it's all in your fucking head.
No, I've been hearing reports on different like outlets I listen to, podcasts and radio shows and whatnot. But
bullshit. They're the voices in your head. You're crazy.
Well, yes, but that's
you just think it's a podcast.
It's not. Where am I?
You're on a podcast.
What's a podcast? Going back to
it's your own therapy session.
Yeah. Oh, we're actually releasing these things? Anyway.
Yeah, someone edits this shit.
Right. I don't know who that is because I don't do shit. Going back to Marvel for a minute, we don't have breaking news because it's all over the goddamn place, but we have some big news that needs to discuss. Apparently, Sony whipped out their big ass dick and said, "Nah, we're good," and has cut the ties with Marvel. And as of right now, we're not getting another Tom Holland Spider-Man movie.
We are, but not with the MCU. We are, but with Sony.
Right, but see, last I heard, Tom Holland was like, "If it's not with MCU, I'm not doing it."
Oh, he said that?
Yeah.
I also heard him say, like, the new title is going to be Spider-Man Homeless.
I think that was a joke, and I don't know that he said it, but I've seen that.
I think what has he got to lose? He wants out of his contract. What are they gonna do? Fire him and then reboot Spider-Man again? They'd be shooting themselves in the fucking foot.
There's actually been talk of them doing it. Yeah.
Well, this is what I heard. I heard from the very beginning, Disney helped out Sony and got 5% of the profits of the proceeds of the theaters, but they get 50% of the merchandise or all the merchandise. It's something crazy. And they get a ton of the merchandise rights.
Yeah.
And then after the success of Far From Home, which made $1 billion, Disney went back to Sony and said, "Let's renegotiate. We want to put up 50% instead of Sony putting up all the money for the budgets, which is like what, to make a decent Marvel film is at least $200 million, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Between $200 and $300 million easily. So it was Sony putting up all the money and then Disney getting a ton of kickback because Kevin Feige was consulting and recommending, and also they were sharing a universe. They were doing MCU and Sony Spider-Man, right? But Disney apparently went back and said, "Listen, we want a new deal. We're going to put up 50% of whatever the budget is, but we want 50% of the take." And Sony said, "No, fuck you guys." And I'm saying like Sony isn't the company. I'm like, I don't know who spoke with who. I'm sure whoever was like head of Sony's Marvel department, what's her name? Amy Pascal? Is that who it is?
Sorry, say it again.
Whoever is like head of Sony's Marvel thing, like Amy Pascal, yeah. Is that her?
I think that's her, but I don't know, to be honest with you.
I'm pretty sure she is like, "What the fuck, Sony? What are you guys doing to us? We are having a really good thing. We could have had Iron Man, or maybe not Iron Man, but like have Thor interact with Venom if we were doing well, or Morbius could interact with Blade. That's how you bridge that fucking vampire situation." And so from what I heard now is Sony said, "Okay, you want Spider-Man and all the characters? It's going to cost you $10 billion. That came out like I think today.
Yeah, I saw that.
And you know what? Marvel could do it. Disney could do that. Disney could do $10 billion for Spider-Man, but they're not going to pay it because they're going to be like, fuck you. We're not going to risk anything.
It just sucks though, man. And all right, so I need to correct some things I've said. Apparently Tom Holland's backpedaled because I can't find it now. But he was in Philadelphia this weekend at Comic-Con that was here in Philly. And he has actually said that he's going to continue playing Spider-Man. So I guess he's staying with Sony and going to continue to play the role with whatever Sony does. But what's going to suck about it is Kevin Feige's no longer involved, and it's no longer going to be tied into anything else that we've already seen.
And how confusing is that going to be? Like,
very.
Is Aunt May going to just all of a sudden be like, hey, remember your Uncle Ben? And he'd be like,
I hope not. I hope that at least Sony takes the storyline where it was and just lets it, you know what I mean?
But imagine if Ned's going to be like, oh yeah, dude, like, remember when you hung out with Tony Stark? I mean, like, you know, Iron Man? And Peter's going to be like, shut the fuck up, Ned! Like, you can't say, like, they're going to ignore everything. They're going to have to ignore the fact that, does that mean they ignore the blip?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I got not great fucking feelings about it, man.
I don't feel good about it either. And then, of course, Tom Holland being the guy that he is at D23, this is a quote. It's been a crazy week, and I love you all from the bottom of my heart, and I love you 3,000. That's...
Tom Holland has got very little shade, dude. I mean, he's pretty pissed. He's pretty upset.
Jeremy Renner came to his defense, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And invoked Stan.
Yeah, he said Stan would not be happy. I also heard a thing that's saying Stan Lee's daughter, I want to say, said something that Stan Lee would have been on Sony's side. And I'm like,
I did see that. Yeah, I saw that somewhere. I don't know if I bought it, but I mean, meaning like I don't know if I believe it, but I saw that.
I don't know how that would be because, like, look, let's be honest. Sony made 2 very good Spider-Man movies.
Very good movies.
Yep. They also made 2 fucking not so good Spider-Man movies. And then they made the first Amazing Spider-Man, which is sort of in the middle. It's good. It's not bad. It's not terrible.
I think we're talking about different things. I'm confused.
Okay. Let me recap.
Yeah.
Sony made some good Spider-Man movies. And now
you're talking about like the Raimi ones.
No. It's Spider-Man 1 and 2 from the Raimi ones.
Right.
Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. Those are the 3 best Spider-Man movies that Sony alone has done.
Right.
Then you get the Amazing Spider-Man. That's pretty good. It's halfway decent. It's not awful. It's entertaining. It feels like a Spider-Man movie. And then you get Spider-Man 3, which is just not fucking great. Right. And then you get the Amazing Spider-Man 2, which is just fucking awful. That's just for Spider-Man alone. Then you get fucking Venom. Venom was not good. I mean, you and I have differing opinions on it, but you will still reiterate that, like, yeah, it was not amazing. It was not even Endgame.
No, not at all.
As far as I'm concerned, I think I like the Thor the Dark World more than Venom. Like, I still bought Venom on DVD.
Yeah,
I've yet to rewatch it.
I haven't even bought it yet.
Well, because I paid $3 for it at work.
True.
But Sony, whether it's Disney being greedy, which I don't think they're being greedy because they said, look, we're offering to put up half the money for every movie. We just want half back. We just want 50% on both levels. They're being a little greedy, but they're also like, hey, you guys are successful because of us.
Right.
Sony is not successful because, I mean, fucking Henry went on a whole other fucking level of rage.
I saw Henry's, well, and he's not the only one. There's an open call to boycott Sony movies going forward until this is resolved.
And he flat out, and that's my point, is Henry flat out said, I'm never going to watch another Sony movie again. And I want to point out, you're British. How are you not going to watch a James Bond flick?
Yeah. I mean,
which sidestepping for 1 second, there's a official James Bond title now.
Right. No Time to Die, correct?
No Time to Die. So
I like it, actually.
It feels like a Bond title.
It does. It totally does. And even more so if they're wrapping up the Daniel Craig branch of 007. It feels like a good title to go out on. You know?
They love to use die in their titles.
Oh, sure. You got Die Another Day. You got that one. There's another one I'm thinking of.
Live and Let Die.
Live and Let Die, yep.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
But think about it. If you're doing a spy movie, why wouldn't you have die in the title in some capacity?
I mean, they used gold a lot. Maybe not a lot. Goldfinger, GoldenEye. I guess just two, huh?
2 and 2 I can think of.
Huh. You know what a good title was? The World Is Not Enough. I dug that.
It is.
Title.
Yeah.
That was actually the motto for like the Broccoli fucking family. Like the world is not enough. Like let's conquer everything. Right.
Well, shit, and they kind of have.
Not really. Sony did.
Well, you know how much money they made though?
For the Bond movies?
Yeah.
A couple billion, I would imagine.
I would imagine, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like the Broccoli's haven't exactly been,
But that's over what, a 60-year span?
If we're not including No Time to Die, it is 53 years.
Okay, so 53 years made $2 billion, whereas like Marvel did that in like 4 films.
Well, sure. Oh, I found another golden one for you. You missed.
What's one?
Man with the Golden Gun.
Oh, you're right. That's also a good Bond title. There are some Bond titles that are like, yeah. I honestly, I don't like the title for Dr. No.
That's the first one.
I know. Because it jumps from Dr. No and then it goes to From Russia with Love. From Russia with Love seems more like a Bond title. I mean, I guess it's both, but
there's a couple that are weird like that. Like, On Her Majesty's Secret Service just seems, it's too tongue-tying. You know what I mean?
It's too long. Yeah, you're right. And it's not a thrilling movie, if I'm being honest.
Moonraker.
Moonraker sounds like a Bond title, and then you're like, well, wait, what?
Yeah.
What was it? Thunderball is a Bond title.
Thunderball,
Spectre is a Bond title, but just barely a Bond movie, as far as I'm concerned.
That's what I would say about Skyfall.
I know. Although Quantum of Solace is the one that screams a Bond title, but makes no fucking sense.
I love Quantum. I'm a fan of Quantum.
You love the ones that I fucking don't like for some reason.
Well, yeah, but I also don't like anything after or prior to Casino Royale, so.
There's some, come on. Like,
I've told you, we've had this conversation.
I know, but like, you have to rewatch some of them and give like GoldenEye a chance again.
I do.
I told you to rewatch GoldenEye.
You know how many things you've told me to watch on a regular basis, and how many of those things I've actually watched?
Bitch.
Well, half the time I forget, to be honest with you. I mean,
I say it on the recording so you can't fucking forget it.
Well, yeah, how do I not forget it?
Write that shit down.
Anyway.
Rico wants me to see this movie, otherwise he'll yell at me.
Well, that's just my daily routine.
Yeah, Rico yelled at me today. What else is there? I recorded it. We made each other laugh. Huh.
Rico yelled at me and we turned it into 2 hours of material.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I know you've been excited and anticipating a title for the Bond movies, so
yeah,
I was happy that they finally gave it to you, and when they did, it was something you, for lack of a better word, approved of.
Yeah, I'm into it. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see the angle they're gonna go. I hope they bring back Christoph Waltz briefly.
No, as far as I know, he's supposed to. Yeah.
I haven't got any confirmation Christoph Waltz is coming back. I know Rami Malek is.
Rami Malek, I could have sworn I saw that it said he was going to be there. Hold on.
I haven't seen anything about that. I know his love interest from the previous one's going to be back.
Right.
And
there's going to be that quick little switchover between Bond, or not Bond, but Daniel Craig and the woman from Captain Marvel.
Lashana Lynch or something?
Something like that, yeah. I don't have it in front of me because I'm trying to look something else up, but yeah.
Marie Rambeau.
Yeah.
You know what also was just announced?
What's that?
We're fucking Obi-Wan.
Oh, right, the show on Disney Plus.
Yeah, Obi-Wan is getting his own fucking show. Like, it's gonna, and from what I imagine, it's gonna be like the Hermit years, you know, like between 3 and 4, where he's sort of watching over Luke on Tatooine. That's what I hope it is.
That'd be neat.
Because I want to know how the fuck he goes from looking super youthful in episode 3 to looking old as fuck in episode 4, when it's always supposed to be like, what, maybe 17 years?
No, it'd be, about that, I guess. 17, 18 years, somewhere in that ballpark.
Right.
Can we back up for a second?
Sure.
No, because I have the confirmed cast for No Time to Die. And Christoph Waltz is listed here as Blofeld.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Bring him back. Give him some actual Blofeldness instead of... in my opinion, he was drastically underused.
Well, maybe Spectre was meant to be a kind of like origin story for Blofeld. So like you're going to get... Because he ends up with the scar and the eye injury that Blofeld's known to have by the end of the movie. So...
Very true.
You know, so by that logic, when they put together this, Time to Die, they're, depending on how much he's going to be involved. Now, here's the interesting thing. As you already knew, and we've talked about briefly, Rami Malek's going to be in the movie too, but it's not saying what his character's going to be. It says unnamed role currently. So I don't know what he's going to be. Now, to be fair, there's a couple of unnamed roles listed in this casting, so he's not the only unnamed role.
I'm putting it out there now. I'm gonna predict that he is a relative of someone in that franchise. I'm gonna predict that he's Blofeld's son,
okay,
or he's gonna be one of Bond's sons out of wedlock or something.
Could he? Let me ask you this: could he potentially be? And I might be a stretch, but Batista's son, the guy that I can't remember what the character's name was, but the guy that he threw off the train.
Oh, it's possible. I don't know. I don't know. I'm curious to see it. I don't know how he's very much going to be a villain that's not going to throw a punch. Let me put it that way.
Well, Rami?
Rami. He is not going to go toe to toe fisticuffs with Daniel Craig as far as I'm concerned. Partly because Daniel Craig is toning back a lot of the action and stunts because he broke his fucking leg.
Right.
Filming.
Well, let me ask you this. How would you feel if, and I'm speculating at best here, but how would you feel if Blofeld dies early in the movie? And I'm not talking like first 5 minutes, but like maybe first act, and then Rami takes over in a very Blofeld-ish type role going forward for the rest of the movie.
What if he kills Blofeld?
Could be that too. I'm thinking more like Bond does it, personally, but...
I don't understand why Bond would not kill Blofeld at the end of Spectre and then kill him at the beginning of this one.
Well, going back to what's going on with Lashana Lynch, if she gets the 00 status and he kills her, and then he goes after Blofeld.
And then maybe I'm onto something. Maybe Rami is like Blofeld Jr.
Right. That's what I was kind of feeding off that logic. Because one thing that I have here that I don't think we had when we talked about it before is Lashana Lynch's character's name is Nomi, or Nomi. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's Nomi. So she's definitely not Bond. She's going to be a 007, but she's not Bond.
Well, she's not going to be named James, for starters. We know that.
Of course. But, there's always been that Jane Bond thing kicked around,
Yeah, they're not going to do that. They're just going to give the number.
Right.
Maybe it's pronounced Nomi.
I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm not... Yeah.
Do you know who I am? You know me.
That would fit with... Yeah, I mean, with all the other kind of...
That's her Bond, James Bond moniker. It's like, who am I? You know me. Her name is You Know.
Right,
and that her name is You, and then it's You Know Me.
Right, and that kind of goes with the usual things about, Bond characters. Do you like the fact that I can tell you what M's name is in this?
Ray Fiennes is him?
Yeah.
Like something Merriweather or something?
No, it's Billy Magnuson.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
But it says M. Billy Magnuson, so I don't know if the M is short for his last name or if it's something like M. period, middle name Billy, you know. But
I do not know. There's a lot of this I don't know, and
I don't either. Yeah. So it's just interesting, though.
You know what I do know?
What's that?
Obi-Wan.
Well, yeah, okay, sorry. I didn't mean to derail that, but I know we were still talking about stuff. I just had to find the information. Yeah,
I saw this meme, just to cut you off for 1 second.
Sure.
Where it shows at the end of Infinity War where Thanos sees little Gamora, and she's like, did it work? What did it cost? All that, you know, that conversation?
Yeah.
And he's like, did we get it? Did we get Obi-Wan? He's like, yes. What did it cost? Spider-Man.
Oh, that's just wrong.
That's fucking funny though. But yeah, man, we're gonna get fucking Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan, and we're gonna get the Mandalorian. I am pumped for the Mandalorian, dude.
Yeah, I do need to watch the trailer, and I will. So it's not that I don't want to or I'm not interested, and I'm certainly, because I'm probably going to be getting Disney Plus, will watch it. You know.
You know you're gonna have to give me your account, right?
If it'll let me, sure.
All right.
Here's the thing. Okay, so can we talk about Disney Plus just for a minute? We're not, by the way, we're not advertising for it. We're not getting any money for this, but you're getting 3 services right now. And I think they just added a 4th. I was looking up Obi-Wan, but let me change that real quick. They are, so you're confirmed getting this Disney streaming service that they're calling Disney Plus. You're getting Hulu and you're getting ESPN Plus, which I know to you doesn't mean as much.
Right.
But you're getting that, and then on top of that, the one thing they're doing that they're really, we've talked about how do these different streaming services compete with one another, right? We've talked about that. Like, how do you do that and stay relevant? What Disney is doing is, for the $7 a month price, you're getting 4K. Whereas on Netflix, to get 4K, you have to pay like $15.99 a month if you want the 4K quality.
Right.
So,
I mean, if you don't have a 4K TV, how does that affect it?
It doesn't, but a lot of people do. You know what I mean? And like, for example, right now, I'm paying $15 a month for Netflix because I do have a 4K TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whereas I'm going to be able to keep Disney Plus or get Disney Plus and only pay $7 a month and get the same quality. And maybe get some stuff in 4K that I wasn't getting before, because if you stream, because you know some of the Marvel stuff's on there right now until the contract ends, I think at the end of this year or whatever it is, and those movies aren't in 4K on Netflix, you know? So it's just interesting. That's all. I just think it'll be curious to see.
It's cheaper than Netflix. I mean, what I will probably consider doing is I may drop my Netflix.
Yeah.
Because I don't really go on Netflix anymore, and we activated Hulu because Maxwell got like Hulu and everything. We've been watching a ton of True Blood off of Hulu.
Sure.
So it's not like, and I work at a fucking video store. Like if I ever need to like sign up with Netflix again, I can.
Check this out. Now, this doesn't affect you or me directly. However, if you're a D23 attendee or a club member, you get first shot at signing up for early Disney Plus. So before it comes out officially. And unlocking a discount that prices the service at $3.92 a month if they commit to 3 years of service.
That's a big commitment.
But $4 a month, basically, so you're talking $48 a year for 3 years. Talking $150 for 3 years, essentially.
Yeah.
That's not, the time is commit, but you know?
They're going to be, it's not a bad deal because they're going to be putting a lot of shit out. Like, no matter what, even if you don't like the new shows that they're putting out, Obi-Wan, fucking, Hawkeye, whatever, you still have all the other Marvel films you could watch. They're going to put all the Star Wars stuff out, all the Marvel stuff out. You'll have a good wide, plus the entire catalog of Disney.
Yeah. I have to correct something I said. Apparently the $7.99 is only for Disney Plus. If you want the other two, it's $13 a month.
What, you mean Hulu?
Hulu and ESPN Plus, which I know you don't care about, but I don't think you can do I think it's either just Disney Plus or the triple pack. I don't think you can cut out.
My question is Disney Plus going to be available on PlayStation 3?
As far as I know, yes. On 3, I don't know about 3. I know on 4, but I don't know about 3.
Yeah,
but I would imagine
otherwise I'm going to have to fucking watch this on my goddamn tablet.
No, because I would imagine it's going to be available on the Xbox. A lot of these streaming services are available on the Xbox One. I know you're hesitant to use it, and I get it because I'm not an Xbox guy myself, but if you have it...
Why not use it?
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Disney Chief Financial Officer Christine McCarthy hinted Disney Plus pricing may rise as the service advance, calling the $7 a month an initial price. The company also said it'll bundle Disney Plus with Hulu with ads. ESPN Plus offering a $5 discount if you subscribe to all 3 of its streaming options at $13. The cost the same as Netflix's most popular plan. So, all right, I'm becoming less enthralled with this because for $13 a month, you're getting Disney Plus, Hulu with ads, and ESPN Plus. Now, you know.
I mean, it would probably balance out if I just dropped Netflix. I really don't watch anything on Netflix anymore.
I still do, but a lot of what
shows.
Yeah, I do, but a lot of what I watch is this stuff that's going to be shifting over to Disney.
You know what I will watch that's coming on Netflix? I just saw a trailer for it yesterday. The fucking Breaking Bad movie that the trailer just dropped for that.
Oh, they're making a movie? I didn't hear about that.
So it's called El Camino, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
Did you ever watch all of Breaking Bad?
No.
So, I mean, I can't ruin it for you, but
I know what Breaking Bad is, and I know what happens to Ron White, or whatever his name is.
Walter,
at the end of the series. I know what happens. As far as
Okay, so, but there's another character named Jesse Pinkman, right?
I've heard the name. I don't know much about the character, but yes, I've heard the name.
Jesse is the other main character of the show, and he was Walter's student who got addicted to drugs and became a meth dealer as well as meth cook. Okay. So they team up together because Walter knows the chemistry, Jesse knows the underworld and all that shit.
Okay, well, that would make sense. You need somebody like that. So.
Right. It's a fucking fascinating show, and I would insist that you do check it out because it is very much binge worthy. But the movie is about, I think, only about Jesse Pinkman. It's going to be all about, what happened to him after the series ended.
I was just going to ask you if it was post or pre, so yeah.
Yeah. But allegedly, some people might be coming back, so there might be some hallucinations, there might be some people that are on the show that died.
Stuff like
Flashbacks, hallucinations, dream sequences. But there is the actor Giancarlo Esposito.
Okay.
Who is from Breaking Bad. He's also from Better Call Saul. You might recognize it from The Usual Suspects. You see that flick?
Nope.
You've never seen it? Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, then I don't know what the fuck you'll recognize him, but he's going to be in the show The Mandalorian.
Okay.
And fuck, it looks good. I forgot Giancarlo Esposito was in the show. But you know who's also in the fucking Mandalorian?
What's that?
Carl fucking Weathers.
Nice.
I was watching him
himself.
Is that Billy D? Oh my god, it's not Billy D. Williams. Holy shit. It's because you look at him okay, black guy with mustache. Holy shit, it's fucking Apollo.
Yeah. Real quick, cause here's a list of, things that Disney confirmed you'll be able to get Disney Plus on. So, they have global distribution agreements in place with Apple, Google, Microsoft, Roku, and Sony. So that means Roku boxes, TV, and Roku sticks, Apple TV, iPhones, and iPads, phones and TVs running on Android operating systems, as well as Chromecast streamers, the Xbox One, and PlayStation 4.
So not PlayStation 3 and not, but you did say Xbox.
Xbox One, yeah. So you could put the app on there and watch it that way.
All right. Well, there's my in. I could also put it on my tablet.
Yes, you can certainly put it on your tablet as well. But I'm saying as a television option,
right?
You'd be able to pull it up.
That'll be super fucking ironic. I'm watching a show on a streaming site just because I don't want to like watch it at home and Steph doesn't want to watch it if it's like a fucking Netflix. I mean a Marvel show. She's like, I'm fucking done with Marvel. And I'm at work having to watch it at a fucking video store. You were like, what are you watching? I'm like, I'm watching a thing on a streaming site. I fucking hate my life.
Well, depending on what kind we can talk about the specifics off air because I don't want to bore people, but depending on that crazy ass TV you said your boss bought, there might be a way to actually stream it from your tablet to the TV.
Yeah, but then that advertises that. It advertises a streaming thing, and I don't want to do that.
Well,
my boss keeps advertising 4Ks, and I'm like, that you don't understand. That's going to affect our business. The more people buy a 4K TV, the less people are going to want to rent from a video store because there's the capabilities of being able to watch something on Netflix or Amazon or Hulu or whatever are already installed in the 4K.
Not always. First off, not always. Second of all, it doesn't necessarily mean you're getting 4K quality. So, I mean, even if you're paying, like, so, for example, again, going back to what I was saying about Netflix, like, I'm paying the $15.99 a month for the Netflix, but unless it says it's a 4K program, I'm not getting 4K on everything. And they're not on a lot of things that aren't Netflix originals offering 4K. So.
True.
Yeah. So.
We also. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, so while that does offer those features, it still doesn't stop people from, you know, and then you could offer the 4K discs to people who have 4K players, because if they're buying 4K TVs, generally speaking, they're buying 4K players as well.
True, but you also have to remember who my customer base is.
No,
it's
you've
a
told
lot
me
of
before.
senior citizens.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, I got customers that can't even fucking spell 4K, so.
Well, and not to get on a tangent, but you heard they announced 8K not that long ago. And it's not like coming. Yeah, and it's not coming, it's out. It exists. The TVs are like $7,000 right now, so no one's going to get them, but yeah.
But that's my point, is that because the owners put on a 4K movie on a 4K TV at work, and I've had customers be like, I don't like it. I don't like the quality. It looks super awful to me. It looks too weird. It looks too ultra high definition. There are people that don't want to see every acne scar and blemish. Like, we don't need to see that shit.
I do.
I want a little bit of fucking mystery with my fucking movies.
I do.
Well, fuck you.
Jesus, wow. Wow. All right then, fuck me.
Only if you let me videotape.
Ew. But I know you're into
that
shit. You've talked about it before. So
it was a throwback to Chasing Amy, you schmuck.
It was also something you talked about on the show. So
I just didn't go into specifics.
What else do we have? We covered the Marvel announcements. We covered Obi-Wan, Mandalorian, Bond. What else do we got?
Oh, Matrix 4.
Because yes.
That's what fucking people want right now.
I do.
But, like, look, I know you're the Matrix dude, but, like, didn't everybody die in the third one?
No, not everyone. I can tell you, it's really been unclear if Neo died. I can see how people can say that, so I'm not going to sit here and say, oh no, for a fact he's alive and blah, 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 blah. No, can't say that. But it's a little unclear if Neo died. What I can say is the only person who confirmed died in that movie that's of any significant to the story is Trinity.
Right.
Morpheus is still alive. Jada Pinkett's character, Niobe, I had to think about it for a second.
Oh my God, I forgot Jada Pinkett was in that movie.
Niobe's still alive. Most of the captains. What's that?
Smith is dead.
Yeah, Agent Smith is dead. But most of the captains are still alive. Block's still alive. The kid's still alive. The one that he freed.
It honestly, I think it's been like a good 10, 15 years since I've seen them.
Oh, I'm such a fan. But
like, how would that, I mean, I do remember Neo basically kind of like going out sort of like Jesus. Is that how he comes back? Just Matrix 4 is set 3 days later after Matrix 3?
Well, see, again, they don't, took me a second.
I was making a joke.
Yeah, I get it. But what what I didn't get from what I saw was that he was dead. Like, I don't know that he was dead or just unconscious, or, you know what I mean? Or even if he was dead, they took him off on that barge, and maybe they had the technology to, like, save him. You know, like, bring him back. I don't know. You know?
I can wholeheartedly say I cannot give a as good of an argument as you are right now, because it's been far too long since I've seen it. And I promise you this, and I promise our listeners, I will watch the fucking the first 3 Matrix films, and we can actually have a proper discussion about this.
Well, what I want to know is, a while back they announced a different Matrix movie than this one that the Wachowskis were also involved in. It was supposed to be a prequel of sorts that focused on Morpheus pre-Neo, that I believe Michael B. Jordan was going to play Morpheus.
I had heard the same thing. I think, honestly, it's all because of John Wick. Like, this is the day and age of Keanu Reeves.
Well, there's a name for it. You've heard it, right?
What?
The Keanu-sance.
The Keanu-sance?
Yeah.
Instead of the Renaissance?
No, instead of the Renaissance, it's Keanu-sance.
No, I get it, but it's like his name is Reeves, so like Renaissance. I guess Keanu-sance works.
Yeah. And it's because of, like you said, John Wick 3, and now Bill and Ted 3, and now The Matrix.
Matrix 4.
Yeah.
Or as Mark Bernard and Kevin Smith called it, The Matrix 2, because they refuse to acknowledge 3 and 4, 2 and 3.
2 and 3. Yeah. Well, you know what? All right. I'm not getting into that. I'll save that for when we do the Matrix movies, because that's crap. I'm sorry. We're huge fans of Kevin's and Mark's, and I still am, and I will be, but I don't agree. I agree. Of course you do. But, and we're actually, I'll announce this because I'm not sure it's actually going to happen, but I will still say we're trying to get a special guest to come do the Matrix episode with us when we finally do sit down and talk about it.
Yeah.
And
I don't know if they'll be able to come on we have 2 possible guests. That's the other thing.
For that one?
Yeah.
I only knew about the one.
No, I've reminded you this 4 goddamn times. See, this is why, like, I have a customer who's worked on the Matrix.
Oh,
movies.
yes. Yeah. No, I do remember that. I'm talking about, to me, that's not, I don't want to do the Matrix breakdown with that person. That person I would want to just interview about the process. The breakdown one I'd want to do with the other guys. That's what I'm saying.
I hear that, but I think my guess would be, like, able to give some backstory for like 20, 30 minutes.
Oh, sure. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't count him as a guest for the breakdown. And that's why I was confused. So my bad on that. Cause I do know that. But getting back to the point, I just wonder what they're going to do now. Do you know what I mean? Like, are they scrapping the prequel, or are they making both of them? I mean,
well, I think they're going to probably go with Matrix 4, see how that goes, and if that doesn't work out, then they'll be like, all right, well, we got this prequel, because if we can't go forward, let's go backwards. I will say that not both Wachowskis are involved.
I thought
only
they were.
One of them. Only one.
Okay.
I think it's Lana, because they were brothers, now they're both sisters. They're both transgendered women now.
Right. And for a brief period, they were a brother and sister. And I'm not saying that in a shitty way, but just to give a timeline, there was a time where they were the Wachowskis. What's that? Yeah, the siblings.
The Wachowskis siblings, and now they're the Wachowski sisters. As far as I know, I think Lana, because there's Lana and Lily.
Is it? Okay,
I think Lana is going to write, direct, produce Matrix 4. Whereas the other one, Lily, has no involvement. Which, I don't know if that just means Lily just doesn't want to make any movies. Because they have made other movies since, and they did that TV show they did, but like, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have as big of a dog in this race as you do.
Okay, so now I'm confused. Well, I'll tell you why I'm confused, and then I have a theory to your first point that I want to bring up, because you might agree with this, right? So, to confirm, Lana is the only Wachowski listed as involved with the Matrix 4. Right. So, just to confirm what you were saying, I'm not saying anything beyond that. My confusion is confirmed cast members. Keanu Reeves, okay, right. Fine, and Carrie Ann Moss as Trinity.
Yep.
What the fuck?
I mean, that's my point, is that a good chunk of people fucking died in 3.
Well, no, I wouldn't call it a good chunk. She was really the only one.
A good chunk of the main 3. Let's put it that way.
See, I don't, again, and it's better save for the breakdown. I'm not convinced Neo's dead. So that's another conversation. But Trinity is without question dead.
Okay, but they can, remember the Matrix, like they can bring back, like they can have holograms of shit?
No, you mean like, well, it's not holograms. I know what you're saying. So maybe
it's a giant computer world, essentially. They can fucking have it. She will not be in the real world. Trinity will not be the real world. She'll be in the Matrix itself.
Yeah, I guess.
That's what I think.
So now my theory, because here's my theory. If Lana's doing the Matrix 4, potentially, what if Lily's working on this prequel? Maybe they're splitting the duties, and Lily handles the prequel thing with Michael B. Jordan, and Lana's handling 4.
I'm still surprised that Lily is not producing M4.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You would think there would be an on. What?
Did you just call it M4?
M4. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what.
That's just weird. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, that's fucking weird. But Matrix Revolutions is a fucking masterpiece. Explain to me Revolutions. Explain to me that goddamn movie.
Not right now. We're save that for the breakdown.
Explain to me how Explain to me how we went from whoa to 4.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. You're weird.
Yeah, I'm fucking weird. Okay.
So anyway,
I don't even know where to go from there, honestly.
Yeah, right. Well, you mentioned Kevin and Mark, and there is something we have to talk about with them that we haven't gotten to yet. Actually,
which you can deep dive. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know how much there is to deep dive on this. We've talked about before, because they've talked about on Fat Man Beyond that they're working on, at the time, was a secret project that they could not discuss yet. It has now come out officially that they are working on a Netflix remaster or reboot of He-Man Masters of the Universe. Now, for those of you that are thinking Dolph Lundgren and going, oh, fuck, no, this is not live action, it's animated. So,
you mean Frank Langella is not coming back?
No, Frank Langella. Didn't he die?
No.
Oh, okay. Anyway, for some reason I thought I don't mean Skeletor, I meant the actor. For some reason I thought he passed away. But anyway.
No, Frank Langella is not looking like Skeletor right now.
Oh, well, good.
Looks more like Nixon.
You know, I think it could be done right. I think, especially with Mark writing, that's what really kind of gives me hope. Because a lot of people that I've seen online are like, oh, great, he's going to have fucking He-Man smoking a blunt. You know?
Yeah, Jane, Silent Bob, and He-Man together. But, no.
Yeah.
Kevin said to defend himself on that. Like, when he was doing Supergirl, they're like, you're just going to put Supergirl with Silent Bob. And like, no, I'm going to do that with everything.
No, but Jay and Bob did show up in an episode of The Flash.
Was it The Flash or was it Supergirl?
It was Flash.
Okay. I thought it was Supergirl.
No, it's Flash.
Well, maybe he did more than one.
Not that I'm aware of. He was in an episode of Supergirl, I think, as somebody else, but there's the Flash episode is clearly Jay and Bob.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
But he wasn't. They also weren't really Jay and Bob. They're just a couple security guards, and one of them happened not to say much.
They were Jay and Bob.
Yeah, but I mean, would you really expect Jay and Bob to actually go out and get jobs as security guards? Run their own weed business, run their own weed clinic. Yes.
Like they're doing in Reboot, it looks like? Yeah.
Yeah, but like not go through the classes, the training to become security guards.
Some security guards, you don't need all that kind of crap. Trust me, I know a couple like that. That aside, See, and I'd have to watch the episode again, but I think at one point he calls Bob. He doesn't call him Bob, but he calls him Lunchbox. I'm almost positive.
Yeah. I think he does.
It's Jay and Bob. It's not said Jay and Bob. I'd have to watch the credits. I don't even know if they're credited as Jay and Bob, but at the end of the day, it's Jay and Bob.
Whoever the fuck they are.
Yeah.
My whole thing is for He-Man.
To your point, he doesn't do that with everything that he's working on the project. No. There was no Jay and Bob in Cop Out. As poorly as that went, there was no Jay and Bob.
That's probably why it went fucking poorly out. Like, if we're being honest.
And they weren't in Zack and Miri either. That
wouldn't have fit. If I'm being honest,
no, right. But saying
there was a Jay.
Yeah, but it wasn't. Was his name Jay?
No, it's Lester. But
okay, no, and that's my point, though.
Jay.
Yeah, I get it, but I mean that's because, with all respect to Muse, he's not the world's greatest actor, so I'm sure his range isn't very wide.
True.
But even with Zack and Miri, and then like Red State and Yoga Hosers and those movies, even whether they did good or not, Jay and Bob didn't show up. He didn't shoehorn Jay and Bob into those movies.
Although the alleged rumor, it's never been confirmed. Yeah. The alleged rumor, what?
For Moose Jaws?
No. For Red State, the kids who made the fucking apparatus that did the giant horns at the end of Red State.
Yeah.
That they think is the fucking the Rapture.
Yeah.
That was allegedly Jay and Silent Bob, with their wheat field, and they were fucking with the church.
Maybe. The other thing. So you don't know the Moose Jaws thing, then you don't know what I'm talking about.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Bob is supposed to be eaten by a fucking moose,
no, more than that. He has said he's doing a shot-for-shot Jaws, but with a moose. That's what Moose Jaws is going to be. No, but there's not going to be a Quint. Jay and Bob are taking the place of Quint.
Interesting. And that's why Silent Bob gets eaten by the moose.
I guess. Yeah.
I don't think mooses eat people.
Yeah, I don't think little German Bratzies exist either, but hey. So.
Says you.
Anyway. Look.
Speaking of German Bratzies, let's go back to He-Man.
Yeah. I think it's going to be good. I think Netflix, for the most part, with their animation reboots, because they did a Voltron reboot that was really good too. So these animation reboots they tend to end up being pretty good. I have faith that this is going to be a good reboot. It's going to be, well done. I think Kevin has a love or like, at least, for the material, and same with Mark. So I think it's going to be well protected. They have talked about it at length now on A Fat Man Beyond. I have not watched that one yet, so I can't speak to what they're going to say about it. It's on my list of things to do this week coming up. I'm 3 episodes behind on Fat Man Beyond for multiple reasons, but I'm planning to watch that, so hopefully I'll have some more information when I come back next week. But I think it's going to be okay. I think Kev's taking some unnecessary shit for this, which is a shame, but
I agree. I do think that if Mark Bernard was not involved, there would be more shit for Kevin to have to deal with.
I would be more fearful if Mark wasn't involved. I got to be honest with you. I love Kev, and I know he's capable of taking things seriously, but I think Mark is the yin to his yang in that regard, and that will keep it,
They're both writers, but whereas Kevin will come up with a great idea, Mark will twist it and come up with an even better idea.
Right. Kevin will come up with the idea, and Mark will polish it off. You know what I mean? Essentially is what it's going to boil down to. I would,
personally, I don't give a fuck about He-Man or Masters of the Universe. I was never my thing. It was never my show. I never watched it, so that was part of it. I was born too late when it was done at that point.
Right.
And I'll check out the first episode when it airs, and I do like Mark Bernard as a writer. I still think that Marvel should fucking give him Blade.
Oh, totally. I agree. 100%.
I want to see the fucking Castle Rock show that he helped write.
See, I want you to support Mark, but I'm not a Stephen King person, so, like, I feel like I would be lost, and a lot of the things that he's talked about that are in it, like these nuances and whatever, are going to go right over my head, because I'm just not going to be familiar enough with the world, you know?
Well, maybe that's what you'll be into. You'll be like, oh my god, dude, I checked out Castle Rock, and there's this fucking episode where, like, there's a dog named Cujo. And I'm
I know enough to know what Cujo is, but yeah.
But I'm saying, like, you'll be like, oh my god, like there's a character that went to Shawshank. Isn't that from Stephen King? I'm like, yeah.
Well, that I know, yeah. But like Deb the other day, somehow Pet Sematary. Oh no, we were watching, Justice League, because she actually likes Justice League, and we were watching it.
And they're digging up Superman.
Right, and the Flash makes reference to what if this ends up like Pet Sematary or something like that.
Yeah.
And Deb was like laughing in a good way, like she was enjoying the reference, and like
how do you laugh in a bad way, CJ?
Well, no, you can be laughing at it like, oh, that's so stupid, or I'm laughing at it like I enjoy that. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by laughing at it in a bad way. And you know, she turned to me and basically asked me if I understood the reference, and I'm like, not really. I know Pet Sematary is a thing and has something to do with, like, you know, weirdness. And so she explained it to me, which now I kind of get the reference a little more. But, you know, if she hadn't explained it to me, I know what it is. I know it's a Stephen King property, but that's about the extent of my knowledge prior to her explaining it to me, you know.
I'm just going to say this. If you ever end up watching a Pet Sematary movie, you want to watch the original. The remake's not very good.
Okay, I didn't even realize there was one, so there you go.
There was a remake because Steph and I went and saw it. We like posted a photo of me going to see Pet Sematary with her, and we posted.
Oh, I think I remember that. Yeah. So let me ask it. Going back to He-Man for a minute, though, I know you said you never really watched it, and that's fine. There's not going to give you shit for that because A, like you said, it was before your time, and B, it just wasn't your thing. Whatever. But are you familiar with it enough or at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so, you know,
I think I was more into Thundercats. Let me put it that way.
That's fair. Which
by the way, the same goddamn show.
Well, no, but that's another story, another conversation. Did you see? Well, there's two things now because you said that. So first thing I want to mention is someone because there's a poster for the He-Man thing that Kevin's working on. I'm sure you've seen it because it's been all over Twitter and whatnot, right? Mm-hmm. And then they did reboot Thundercats on, I think, the Cartoon Network.
Yeah, it looks awful.
Oh, it looks terrible, but they put them side by side and said, and you thought you were getting something bad because Kevin Smith was working on it, you know, or something to that effect. Like, it was basically coming to Kevin's defense saying, hey, look at this piece of crap, and Kevin's not involved at all. You know, so.
Yeah. You know, actually, it's funny. Go ahead.
No, finish.
No, it was a whole other subject.
Oh, well, real quick, there's a meme going around. So you know about the whole thing about how He-Man worked. It was He-Man and then he had Battle Cat, right?
Right.
So there's a meme going around now. It's a picture of He-Man on Battle Cat, and it says, hi, my name is He-Man, and this is my hetero left mate Battle Cat. It's kind of funny.
That is funny.
I think it's in our World of Kevin Smith thing if you want to go check it out. I think there's a posting of it.
Speaking of random fucking, like, reboots or, like, bringing back old shit.
Sure.
Were you ever a fan of Rocko's Modern Life?
No, and I did hear they're bringing it back. Yeah.
They brought back a special movie on Netflix.
Right, I saw that. Like, I didn't watch the movie, but I saw that it existed. I mean.
Dude, if you weren't a fan of the show, then don't bother. But, like, it's kind of, like, groundbreaking in its own fucking way. Because, weirdly enough, they talk about and deal with transgenderedness, which is super surprising.
Like, was that part of the show, or is it only in this movie? Okay.
Like, it's keeping up with the times and being conscientious, and it's all about, like, it's poking fun about having a special reboot come back for nostalgia purposes, but you also have to keep with the times. And how there are people that are saying, I don't like change. Why are you taking the thing that I love and changing it?
Right.
And there's a character that was male in the show and is now female.
Oh, wow.
And they talk about it. Nice. And how, like, the parent of the character is transphobic. And bear in mind, this is a gross kids adult humored show. It's like Ren and Stimpy. It'd be like if there was a character on Ren and Stimpy that
going transgender,
that was transgendered or was outed as gay or something. They're taking and tackling real fucking issues and being smart about it. It's
I'm not trying to make light of it, but I immediately think of Cinnamon Toast Man coming out. I think that would be kind of funny.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I would agree. He would. I don't know what he would be called since he would change his name. He'd be
Cinnamon Toast Woman.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
That being said.
Yeah, no, we're not making fun of it. And if anyone took it that way, I apologize. But I couldn't not mention that would have been interesting if they did it with Ren and Stimpy. By the way, I'm not going to name a name because I don't know if they want this out there by name. But I have a friend who's actually transitioning as we speak, female to male, and
good for them.
Yeah, great for them. I'm very happy for him, and I'm saying it that way because he already considered himself on that side of the line, if you will.
Sure.
Although I don't know that all the things have been completed yet, but he's going that way.
He's crossed the border.
Definitely, for sure. But it's a challenge for me because I've known this person as a female for multiple years, and it's not a challenge in a way that I'm not okay with it or I'm uncomfortable, but just getting used to switching pronouns and things of that nature when I'm referring to this person, you know.
Of course.
So
it takes time.
Right. And this person's not the type to get shitty about it unless you're just being shitty first. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if I slipped or whatever, I don't think they'd get upset about it. But yeah. It's an interesting experience, but I'm welcoming it just because I feel like it's going to open my mind some more, but also because it's my friend and I want them to be comfortable in their own skin. So there's that. Yeah. But getting back to reboots, because you mentioned Rocko's Modern Life and it being a Netflix movie, Netflix did another one of Nickelodeon's shows and rebooted it as a movie as well, and it's Invader Zim.
I never got into Invader Zim. I never was into it.
I loved the show, and the movie came out last Friday, so not like a couple days ago, but the week before. It's called Enter the Florpus, which doesn't surprise me that it has a weird name like that. But I gotta be honest with you, man, it didn't hold up.
I mean,
you didn't get into the show, so maybe that's hard for you to comment on, and I get that, but you know,
was it just the quality of the was the animation different?
In a way, yeah. I mean, the style was the same, and I'll start off by saying that as far as I could tell from the credits, all the people involved in the show came back, so it's not like a whole new group of people doing the movie. What I liked about Zim, the show, was while it wasn't like, you know, looked like it came out of some back studio on a, you know, whatever. Like, it was polished, but it was rough on purpose, if that makes sense. Like, it wasn't, you know, to use your example from earlier, Thundercats polished cartoon show. Like, it looked like an underground cartoon, but with...
It looked grainy.
Not even grainy, but just... We'll put it this way. So, like, an old Thundercats episode is hand-drawn, but doesn't look hand-drawn. Does that make sense to you?
Sure.
Whereas Invader Zim, the TV show, looked hand-drawn, but with the polish of a major network behind it, if that makes any kind of sense.
Like a computer and shit like that, yeah.
What's that?
Like a computer helping out and shit.
I don't even know about a computer helping out, but just not having the graininess you're talking about, but still having that underground feel to it, if that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was a good show. I enjoyed the show, and the movie was a little too polished. They went for the same animation style, but it felt too polished.
Yeah, I can respect some shows and movies and even video games that will make an adaptation and keep with the same animation style. Like, I started playing the South Park Stick of Truth game.
Yeah, I heard it was good. I'm not a South Park
fan,
but...
It's seamless with the fucking show. It's pretty spot on.
Well, that's because South Park switched to CGI animation a number of years ago at this point.
Yeah, but it still looks like a 2D type of animation.
No. Look, I'm not a fan of South Park, but one of the things I say I can give them credit for is the fact that they adjusted with the times in terms of animation in a way that didn't sacrifice the quality of the show to the people who enjoyed the show. Do you know what I mean? Like they did a really good job of transitioning the way the show is made to make it so that they could, because like I saw interviews with Matt Stone and Trey Parker where they said they were able to like literally have something happen in the world on a Monday, and because of the way they do the show now, animate it so that by the episode it's that Thursday they can have it ready to go. Do you know what I mean? Like,
there was actually like a small documentary called like Made in 6 Days. Like they make an episode of South Park in 6 days.
Right. That's the point I was trying to make. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a whole documentary about it. It's actually really fascinating.
No, and even as not a fan of the show, that would be something I would want to see because I think that would be interesting. Yeah.
What I was surprised was actually Bill Hader was on the show. And I didn't realize that until I watched the documentary. I'm like, oh my God, Bill Hader's on this fucking shit?
Like on a regular basis or as a guest spot? Oh,
like
really?
He was a writer and a voice actor. He was like a writer.
Oh, really?
Like,
I didn't know.
He just wanted to branch out and try other shit.
Sure. What was it? Who did he voice? Was it just some no-name character, or was it a major?
Yeah, he was voicing some, like, there was this episode about, the documentary covers an episode they did where they made fun of the human centipede.
I saw part of that one, yeah.
And how, like, the human centipede is also connected to an iPad, so it's the human centipede iPad. And how it shows Bill Hader and Trey Parker voicing redneck farmers, and they're just talking to each other and be like, so what's going on over here? Oh, well, that motherfucker over there shit his britches, and like, so Bill Hader's just one of those guys, like,
right.
But it's just funny to see Bill Hader look like a kid, laughing at the top, like just having the time of his life, just joking with Trey Parker and Matt Stone and writing ideas. And to see like them flesh out ideas in the writer's room, have like Trey Parker coming up with different ways to go of the storyline. How like there's a great part where there's a reoccurring joke where Cartman keeps yelling at his mom. He's like, well, Mom, if you wanna, would you like to give me lipstick? Because I like to get lipstick on my lips when I get kissed. When you fuck me! Like, because like his mom tells him he can't get the new iPad. So he's saying, my mom fucked me!
Okay.
So,
ironically enough, for not liking South Park, I actually enjoy basketball.
Basketball's fucking funny. Basketball is Airplane, but with Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Sure. I would agree. Yeah.
I would watch some. Did you see the South Park movie?
I did.
And you didn't like it?
It's not that I didn't like it. I mean, it was okay, but it was not like, I mean, there's certainly parts of it that I enjoyed. Like, I mean, who doesn't know the Uncle Fucker song? You know what I mean?
Oh, I did when I was 8.
I know you did, because you have bad parents. No.
It was really interesting to see my life sort of mirror the kids on the movie. Because they're going to see an R-rated movie, which made them swear. And then my brothers took me to see an R-rated movie, which made me swear. I mean, I was already kind of swearing, but that really just kind of like made it so much better and easier.
Yeah.
And then I went and saw it in Canada.
Right. I remember you telling that story. You told us that story once. Okay, no, it's all right. I was just looking something up. I wanted to see who played Squeak Scolari in that movie because I was wondering if it was somebody famous. It's not.
He's one of their friends and writers. I think he's a writer and a voice actor. I think his name is Kenny. So I think he is actually the inspiration for Kenny.
Okay. I could see that. I was just wondering if it was somebody like famous because he kind of looks like some people I know, but not personally, but like actors, but it's not who I thought it was.
He kind of looks like you without the facial hair, actually.
Really?
I mean, not like height-wise or being a bitch or anything like that, but like it's sort of a slight resemblance.
I guess.
I'm not gonna start calling you Squeak. I'm not trying to be a dick about it, but like, there is some minor resemblance.
I guess.
No, nose is different though.
Okay, fair enough. Before we go, do you want to talk about the wedding?
Wedding was brief. It was good.
They're divorced already? What?
No. The wedding was successful and everything, but it was Maxwell's niece's wedding. So, okay. It was out in Santa Cruz and it's successful. They got married. It's out in nature and everything, so that was nice. And busy. There's a lot of busyness and a lot of running around. They had a taco truck. And that was the food. That was the dinner for the wedding. Was a taco truck, and we all lined up and got tacos.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was an unconventional way of doing it. The funny thing was that I tried to basically kind of do a minor prank to you. I sent a photo to you, for our listeners. I sent a photo of me with the groom, who more than a passing resemblance looks like Stephen Amell.
Yeah, agreed.
To the point where it's like, you had to be like, is that really, wait, what? Are you fucking with me right now? He looks like Stephen Amell I don't want to sound like a dick, but like, he's not nearly as jacked as Stephen Amell.
No,
he's in shape, but Stephen Amell is a whole other fucking league.
Well, yeah, I don't think that's a shot at the groom. That's just stating the fact that you're not saying anything negative about the groom. You're just talking about the fact that Amell's a fucking brick shit house.
Right.
Which he's actually starting a new project. I'll look that up for you real quick because he announced it. Now that Arrow's going off the air.
Is he going to play my friend?
No.
But yeah, while you're doing that, I'm going to give some love to the happy couple.
Oh, please.
I don't think anyone's gonna, congratulations, JT and Laura. So, if you guys listen to this, you are not celebrating your honeymoon properly.
Well, by the time it comes out, they might be off because it'll be 3 weeks by that point. So,
I mean, I plugged the podcast while I was there a couple times. So
you said that, yeah, and I appreciate that. Should have took some stickers with you, but that's whatever. We're not going to hold. I
don't have any stickers with me at all. I don't think. I think I've given them all away.
Well, you need to get more then.
Sure, I'll just use the amount of money that you were going to go see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah. Well, you got to do that too. He's playing there's a show coming out about wrestling, like pro wrestling.
Yeah.
And he's playing one of the characters in that show.
Oh, okay. I don't really care about wrestling.
It's actually going to be. But... It's supposed to be like it says here. Let me just read you the synopsis very quickly because it's like 2 lines. 2 brothers and rivals, one a villain or heel, as they're known in wrestling, in the ring, and the other a hero or a face, war over their late father's wrestling promotion, vying for national attention in small-town Georgia. So basically, it would be like if Vince McMahon dropped dead and he had 2 sons that were also wrestlers now taking over the promotion, and who gets it, It
kind of sounds like that movie Warrior with Tom Hardy and Joel Edgerton.
I didn't get to see that yet, but it sounds like it might be right.
Warrior's good.
No, that's one I wanted to see. I just haven't had an opportunity yet.
I think that's on Netflix, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
it was for a while.
Speaking of Netflix, is there one more? I know we've already spoken of them, but there is one more movie on there that I think is already available. If not, it's coming real soon that I know you're super fucking excited about. You've been talking to me about it for at least a year that I think is now out. The Irishman, or the Highwayman, I think it's called. The one with Pesci. The one that got Pesci to come back at.
The Irishman's not out yet, I don't think.
I think it is.
No, they just released a trailer for it.
Is it the trailer? But I think it's coming soon.
It's coming soon, but no, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, if that was out, I would not be on the phone with you right
now. Well, thanks. Thanks a lot.
No offense, motherfucker, but like, Scorsese, De Niro, and fucking Pesci have only got some. And
yeah, well, you're right.
But it's just the trailer, right? It's not the movie itself.
I'm looking up the movie now. Hold on. Stop it.
So yeah, again,
you can add it to your list on Netflix, but you're right, it's not out yet. Sorry.
Right. Did we talk about Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy are going to be live action Batman and Joker? Did we talk about that?
Well, no, they haven't confirmed Hamill yet that I've seen. Conroy, yes.
Hamill.
What's that?
I'm pretty sure they confirmed Hamill like the following couple days later.
The thing you saw was someone's blog where they recommended it. It wasn't.
No, I got a confirm. I know. I saw more than one article that more or less confirmed it.
Hold on.
I don't think Mark Hamill confirmed it on his Twitter, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty much a go.
1 second. Nope, there's nothing on here that confirms he's doing it.
Okay, well, that's the end of that goddamn conversation. So,
yeah, we did talk about Conroy because we talked about it with Henry when we did the MCFU. So we did talk about Conroy, but
we had speculated whether I had said out loud, I wonder if this means Hamill might come back.
Yes,
and then I thought they confirmed it 2 days later.
No, you and Henry both sent me the same article, and when I looked at it, it's someone's blog, and it's their opinion about what they think should happen, but it's not.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, because you and Henry both were like, yeah, look, we were right, and I read it, and I'm like, no, you weren't.
You're like, you guys didn't read the fucking thing, you suck.
As happens on the internet, so I'm not even gonna get, crappy about it. Just trying to see if I can get any more information before we say we've confirmed that's not right. Crisis.
I think Mark Hamill needs to confirm it himself, then we'll believe it.
I'd believe it if fucking Berlanti confirmed it.
Mark Hamill is not. Mark Hamill is the one who confirmed that he was Chucky. So.
What I'm just saying though, like even if it only came from Greg Berlanti, I would buy it.
True. I want to see more shit about Rise of Skywalker, so I'm gonna go look that shit up later.
You got what? Okay, yeah. What did you hear?
Apparently, there's a clip of it. Apparently, there's some Rise of Skywalker clip that's trending right now.
All right, well let's pause and watch it. All right, so unfortunately we didn't find it. The thing we thought was the footage was just panel stuff with no actual footage. So,
yeah, that was disappointing. We were hoping because it says it's trending on Twitter, but all it is just an article about what the people saw. It's not right. Itself. But allegedly, Rey might have a double-sided lightsaber. That's going to be a thing.
Not only is she going to have a double-sided lightsaber, apparently it's red and she's in a black cloak.
Maybe because Billy D. Williams is in the third one, she's just adopting like his cape style.
No, that sounds very dark side.
I'm making a joke, goddammit.
Oh, well, it was bad.
Oh, well, fuck you too.
Well, I think we've caught up on everything that we need to catch up on at this point, my man.
As far as I know, we obviously will probably have to play catch up again maybe next week. If more serious shit, we may just have to do maybe by then they'll release another trailer. We could break down that. I still think you need to see the trailer for The Mandalorian, and then we can talk about that next week.
I will. Well, I think next week we might have a guest too. Am I correct?
We may or may not have a guest. We may or may not. Let's just call it that. But hell, maybe we could talk about that with that guest. I will neither deny nor confirm anything. I
think that guest, should we acquire that person, would be very much on board for that discussion.
I think so too.
So, hey man, you usually end these shows. Fucking say something clever.
Something fucking clever.
CJ here with a few thank yous and let you know how you can get in touch with and follow the show and us. If you want to agree with or yell at us, follow Rico, me, and the show on Twitter. The show is at PodAskew, Rico is at RantsRico, and I'm at M_Blade. Listen to PodAskew on the Apple Podcast app, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or anywhere else you find podcasts. Please don't forget to rate and comment. We want to thank our logo designer and show friend Mike for his work on our wonderful logo. You can contact him for artwork via email at logomike80@gmail.com. Again, that's logomike80@gmail.com. Thank you to Dubbed in English for our opening theme music, 96 Reasons. Thank you to Samuel Lemons for our closing music, Theme Askew. You can find Sam on Twitter at Samuel Lemons, all one word, and his music on SoundCloud at www.soundcloud.com/Samuel-Lemons. Finally, our biggest thank you is to you, everyone, for listening. Rico and I really appreciate your time and look forward to bringing you another episode soon. Hey, Rico. I got nothing, man.
Damn it! PodAskew. PodAskew. PodAskew.